All right, I got the camera turned at a funky angle here trying to get this in. So I have assigned two one-step LVTs to each of the HQs because the HQs are considered one-steps. So here we go. Doing this guy first. He drifts to the right. I don't like that. And okay, the unit makes it. The LVT is destroyed. And now he's okay. So look at this card here. He is the unit makes it. The LVT is destroyed. Then it says inland 2. Well, here's the good news. HQs can treat inland as a beach result, which we shall do, and we shall boop go right up there. Okay. Hey, actually, that's pretty good. That puts him on top. All right. Now, an HQ hero doesn't have to be assigned to a unit. An HQ is an HQ. All right, so let's do the other HQ. Pivot right, which you ignore on beach R3. And fat and happy and on the beach. So he goes plop up on top of that. And the LVT lives to see another day. Okay. As it stands, we've got 2 full-strength LVTs and 4 half-strength. That ain't damn bad. Okay. Now, there are no units in the water to deal with, but we do now need to set up our units for turn 4. And we've got 3 tanks coming into the game, one in each beach zone. So tanks don't want to be off on their own. They're rather weak, so I think we're going to do that. No, we'll do that. We'll put them in there. Okay. So we have our tank set up. All right. That was the amphibious operations phase, and now the event for turn 3. Come on, give us something good. Okay, so no ship-to-shore communication. All LVTs unavailable next turn. We got lucky because tanks don't use LVTs. They are self-propelled, so we are not hurt by that, actually. Okay? Japanese fire card. All right, no artillery. That's the first thing I look for, so that's good. So, we always start on the west. Double reds. So the good news is single reds like this guy do not activate, okay? He's a blue. He's disrupted anyway. So, and remember, a double can be 2 singles. So you have to kind of be careful. All right, so I know there's a double position here, but there's only one in it. Okay. He's a purple. He's a double blue. Okay. Oh, okay, and let's just stop for a moment and just remind ourselves, P, R, and M, okay, we can ignore the P and the R, but M is going to happen because the M action is available. All right, I think we escape the double red with no activations. All right, single green. We're going to get lucky here again. This single green does not project any fire into this hex, so he's not going to do anything. Okay, we don't have to worry about the R on the single green. And down here, this guy's a single green, but we disrupted him. So that's wonderful. And, okay, this tank is going to activate. What about this guy? He's a purple. Oh, double red. Hello. I missed this guy. And that happens a lot in this game. You go through stuff and you realize, oh crap, I missed something. Wait till all the special actions come into play and see how easy it is to miss stuff. All right, so He's a double red, and a tank wants to fire or advance. He has people in his field of fire, so he's going to fire. And remember, they have an extended range, okay? So these guys are in steady, so the symbol matters. Unfortunately, they're not diamonds. This is a diamond target turn. So these guys aren't hit. These guys are eligible, not a diamond. Wonderful, wonderful, okay? These guys are not, they're outside. This guy's range would go here, would go here, it would go here, it would go here, it would go here, 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 here. Okay, so he had targets in his range, he just didn't hit him. Fortunately. All right, so back on track. Single green. This guy here. None of you guys are light greens. All right. Now we do the brown M. All right, and this is where things start to slow down. All right, and you might be faster at this than I am. Now you've got M's with units in their fire, in their field of fire, M's where there's a unit but no one's in their field of fire, and M's that are empty for coastal and then as well for inland. So sometimes you actually have to look at the empty because they'll do something. For example, an inland M that has no units in it but is within 2 of one of our units will muster, okay? And that just means, you know, they will get one of these units from the reserve box. There's a big element of this game that is about staying 3 away and not being 2 away. It's not always possible, but it is a huge, huge consideration I find in planning my moves. Trying to stay, you know, more than 2 away from an empty place. All right, so let's go through our checks. Now, when the actions are in play, you have to consider each and everything individually. Okay, so this guy's brown. I know that. This guy was light green. All right, so M can also do a mortar. So that's another reason you have to consider. So, for example, this guy is a coastal brown with no units in his field of fire. Okay, so coastal, no units in his field of fire. He will do a mortar fire. So he will fire a mortar up to 4 away. So 1, 2, 3, poof. 1, 2, 3, poof. Okay, so can't hit us yet. So fortunately, no mortar fire is ineffective. Okay, here again, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, poof, almost, right? This guy fires him. Whoops. That happens a lot. These things, I will flip them over by accident, and then that's just too bad. That happens. 1, 2, 3, poof. All right, nothing there. Here's another one. Coastal M, no one in this field of fire, fires a mortar. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry. This guy, 1, 2, 3, 4, doesn't hit us. Okay. He's a purple. Here's another. Now here's a brown. He's an inland, right? So beach, coastal, inland. So inland M also will do mortar fire. Okay, that's mortar fire. So he also will do mortar fire. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, why don't you hit your own guy? That would be great. 1, 2, 3, 4. I would be okay with that, but that doesn't happen. All right, now I know from having played the game a few times that there is a brown zone of death down here, okay? I call this the brown zone of death, and I call this the red zone of death, these guys. This is gonna hurt. Okay, now here's a chance for me to talk about the rules, at least as I understand them. Let me just double check on the rule for mortar fire. 1 second. Oh, nuts. It's not what I thought it was. It's worse. So never mind. Okay, I have so many things going through my head, I can't really explain it. All right, so this position group fires with a mortar, okay? And all fires mortar shells at U.S. units beyond its field of fire, but within 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4 could go this far and hit a diamond. So, and we are, yeah, not disrupted. Okay, so I just confirmed this position group has 2 units, so it gets 2 mortar shots. Okay. And I assume this guy goes 1, 2, 3, 4 here, and then this guy goes 1, 2, 3. Wait, where were we? We were here. I assume this guy is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and he can't make it. See, what I'm not sure of is, does he run up here and then count 1, 2, 3, 4? I'm just going to say it's from where the unit is. So this guy, even though he's eligible to fire mortar, we're going to say he's out of range, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this guy hits here. He hits the unit with the most steps. So E28 is immediately reduced. The good news is there is no disruption. Whew. Okay, I think that's correct. Just been stopping the camera and looking at the rules, going back and forth. All right, that's the end of the brown zone of death, right? Because he's... Oh. See, again, I missed this guy, green. He should have activated. I missed the red tanks, I missed the green tanks. All right, so backing up to green. Excuse me, a tank will fire, and if he can't, he will advance. And he will advance up to 4 hexes away. Okay? And he will try to get closer. So 1, 2, 3 is closer. 1, 2, 3, 4 is closer, but not as close as adjacent. So he's going to go here, and he's actually going to switch places. Sorry. Let me go back. What I was showing was he could, to get closer to a U.S. unit, this would be closer to his U.S. unit, this would be closer, and this would be closer. Clearly, this is the closest. It's adjacent. So he's going to go 1, 2, 3, and actually swap places. So that's his advance. All right. So that was that tank. Whew. All right, and the last thing we've got to do is remove disruption markers. Light green comes off, blue does not come off, purple does not come off, and over here we have another blue. That's blue. He does not come off. Okay. All right, and now it's our turn. We get our 3. Now this is actually kind of fun. Okay, we get 3. Let me start over here in the west. They get a free action. Okay, and then coming back this way, our HQs have a command radius of 1, so they get a free action. The unit with them gets a free action. He gets a free action. This stack gets all free actions. Okay. This guy's adjacent gets a free action. Okay. And then we have 3 regular actions to play with. Not damn bad. And remember, free actions, unlike regular actions, everyone in the stack can do something different. So that's big. So I'm going to pause the camera and puzzle this out. All right, let's start doing the low-hanging fruit. We'll what we're going to do here is remember we needed to flank this and we needed a mortar. So we put this unit in place here because he has all weapons. So what we need to do is we're going to use, this guy is going to use his entitled free action, and this guy is going to use his entitled free action to flank. Flanking with 6 and 1 is 7. He's doubled to 2, so we're still more than doubled his strength. We have a mortar. We are flanking him. He's a unit alone. He's defeated. Okay. Now, he's not cut off from communication because he can go here. This guy is here. So he can go here, here, and up. If he were cut off from communication, I believe it would affect what would happen to him. Yeah, so he's going to go into the reserve box. If he were out of communication, he would go into the eliminated box. So we're going to pay for that later, but at least we got him out of the way now. All right. Furthermore, these guys stacked with the HQ. Okay, so 2 engineers are going to use their entitled free actions to combine fire with this guy who is range 2 away, 1, 2. So 4 and 11 are going to attack this hex here. He's in a rough crater, so he's doubled. So we flip. All right, 11 to 4, he's doubled, but we don't, it's a close combat, right? So the only way to eliminate a close combat unit is to close combat him. So the result per the table is that he's disrupted. So it's not a bad thing, but I was hoping to eliminate him. Okay, and this HQ, for what it's worth, we could still have him move. And this guy, we had to use a regular action, so we'll put a regular action on top of him. Now, tanks are not affected by terrain, so they would not be doubled. So they're 3, but there's only 3 armor depth chits in the game, okay? And once they're gone, they're gone. There's a 2, 2, and a 1, all right? So it's no secret, okay? So he's either 5 attack strength or 4 attack strength. We've only got 7. Either way, it would not do anything against him. So I think if we brought him up into here, and if they survived the next turn, you know, or we can throw these guys in close combat. We can just go. No, we're not doing that. That would be dumb. The close combat rules are if your strength is, you know, they would get 1, 2, plus that's at least a 1. So that's 4 strength. So that would be a 3rd card. And then you get another card for being a tank. So that's 4 cards. It would be, I think it's our best shot is to move him up there and just hope and pray that, oh, jeez. No, and he's not going that way. He's going to go this way. Because if he goes here, he's next to purple. He's going to go here. Goes through this hex, stops in here, and then hopefully next turn these guys can combine fire that. That's our best hope. Okay. This guy will use a free action to fire on him. He's doubled, but he's attacking with 5. There's no weapon requirement. So he's defeated, and he goes to the eliminated unit box. Okay, so that clears him out of there. All right, so the eliminated unit box is this, which will come back to here in turn 16, whereas this is eligible to come back into the game right now. So the best way to get rid of units, to keep them from going here and have them go over to the eliminated units box, is to close combat them. But you know what? That is extremely bloody. And I only like to go into close combat when I have a unit disrupted and overwhelming odds. We'll get there. I'll show you that. All right, we have one more regular action. Let's go look at the bird's beak and see what's going on with this puzzle. Okay. Well, we are absolutely positively going to use our last action over here. So this entire stack and this with the free action are going to flank attack these guys. All right, and they're already disrupted. We're going to flank attack. We are flanking, right? That's what I just said, flank. And then demolitions, yes, we have all weapons from this guy. So we are more than double, so they want us to reveal the depth marker and recompare. Oh. All right. A double flank means you have to have all three of these guys attacking, which we're not. We're only having these two. So, look at the chart. Do you have the weapons? No. The depth is not double, just this. So, we're attacking with way more than double. So, a unit and an unrevealed depth marker. The Japanese is disrupted and we have optional attrition. So, why don't we do that? Optional attrition, we're going to reduce somebody. Yeah. We're going to bust down L32. Okay. L32 is going to take a hit for us. Actually, I changed my mind. We're just going to disrupt that. And next turn we'll come back and we'll have all three of these guys do a big flank attack and we'll whittle them down. All right, I wanted to do something with him, but you know, there's only so many things you can do. All right, so per my system, I can see that these aren't flipped, which means I still have things I can do. So let's do some stuff with these guys. What can we do? All right, fine. So we've got 9 firepower factors against here. He's in a rough crater, so the depth is not doubled in case we reveal that. So all right, he's a 0. And the weapon requirement is a BR, which is a Browning, which this unit has. Okay, it's a full strength, it's adjacent, it has a Browning. So we're clearly more than double, so it's going to say reveal this and recompare. Okay, tactical reinforcements. It's a good news, bad news. This guy's defeated, and he goes into the eliminated units box. But tactical reinforcements means another guy pops up. All right, and a unit from the reserve. So this is where I need to randomize these. Oops. So one of these guys is going to pop up and place it in the unoccupied inland position hex nearest to the position from which you removed it. So inland. So it's not going to be here. I think I made that mistake in a previous game. So this is the one that I chose, right? So we attacked this guy. The nearest inland position, I believe, would be there. Okay? Yeah. All right. And then the last thing we can do, you want to be very careful about, what you do with your HQs. I'm going to leave this HQ here because he'll give these guys free actions. This HQ, yeah, I think he'll stay there as well because he'll give this stack and this guy free actions. So I think we're good to go. We don't have any disruption markers to remove on our units. So I'm going to go ahead and remove our, remove our action markers. And move on to turn 4, and I'll do all that off camera.